I'm going to walk you through the life cycle of a trade. This trade took place on March 18th, Thursday. It's a trade in Boeing, and I just want to show you some of the things that you can do with the Trade Unafraid user interface. So here you can see that we are about to make a long trade in Boeing. We have by default selected March 19th and March 26th expiration options. And right here you can see that we are filtering options so that we're looking for the tightest spread. We will filter any options that have a bid-ask spread wider than 5%. And we're looking for a quantity range of between 3 and 10 contracts. So the Trade Unafraid will be monitoring all the options in the chain, looking for ones that pass those filters, and then select from that the tightest spread. You can see here that I am changing the candle duration to 2. So I'm looking for a 2-minute candle duration. And when it breaks, I'm going to buy $1,500 worth of options. And those options are going to be from the expiration and the filters that I just described. And then the tightest spread among those. Okay, so I create the trade plan. And you can see now that we have, I'll just let this play a little bit. We have some charting. This is for Boeing itself. When there are options active, you'll see an option chart here as well. So now we're just waiting for this 2-minute candle break, which comes in at 2:06. Well, all right, let me just go back for a sec. You can see that the 2-minute candle just rolled over. So from 264.28 to 264.20. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit until we finally get this break. Oh, actually, I don't think I get the break yet. Yeah, first I just check to see which are the options that are looking most likely. You can see that we're looking at the March 26 options out of the money. And that's based on those criteria. So the quantity, min 3, max, I think it was 8, or maybe 10. That matters. So that's how it decides which ones are the top candidates as well as the tightest spread. And now I open up the configuration, and I'm going to let this play just to see what it actually is that I'm looking to do. Oh yeah, so I came in here and I decided I'm not going to use the ratchet bracket. So I'm going to exit out. So now that takes away all those targets. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this plus right here to add a new exit tactic. And you can see that once again, the 2-minute candle has rolled over. So now we have an entry here. All right, so I click that plus, I select grab cents, and now I have to decide what I'm looking for here. So I'm going to pause right here. What this is, and we're going to come up with a better user interface for this, but what it is a comma separated list of how many cents we're looking for each exit level. And then I'll just let it go a little bit further. And then a corresponding list of the percent of the quantity at that level. So because I selected percentage here instead of quantity, it doesn't matter how many I get filled with, whether it's 3 or 7 or whatever, we're going to roughly get 50% of the contract sold at a 25-cent profit, and then 25% of the contract sold at $1 profit. And that's what this is setting up. And then I can also add in a trail percent as well as how many cents to trail that by. So I put in 25%, and I'm pretty sure I put in 30 cents here. Yeah. So now we're adding that tactic. So I've removed the ratchet brackets and I've added the grab cents. There it is. All right. So I'm going to skip forward a bit. I'm just checking to make sure everything looks right. Okay. So now here we're about to get the candle break, and there it is. So it broke. And now here's the option we're in, which is the March 26th, 275 calls. We bought 3 of them at 428. So you can see right now we're down $25. Um, these lines represent orders, and some of them are based on the price of the underlying on Boeing itself, and some are based on those targets, or all of these different tactics um, translate into orders that are horizontal lines. So right now we have a quantity 2, that's our 50%. That's looking for 425. That's based on the 428 plus 25 cents, and we round to the nearest nickel because um, that's the way the orders are placed when they're over $3. So we're just watching now for this is the stock and this is the price of the call. All of these are optional. You can turn them on and off. You can configure them however you want, but the goal is to try and give you protection while still being able to benefit from moves in your direction. So I am removing some of the more cautious exits because I just have a feeling that Boeing is about to break out here. So rather than getting taken out on a small dip, I have basically um, removed the seatbelts and the airbags, and I'm just hoping that we're going up. So now I've manually created a sell to close limit order for 1 at 435. I'm basically just trying to reduce the quantity a little bit. So I, just locked in a $6.50 profit, but now I only have 2 to worry about if things go against me. And I do have this next target at 455. So now I think I'm thinking about maybe, yeah, okay, so I'm going to add back that candle trail, a 2-minute candle trail. And so you can see that it is placed at the low of this 2-minute candle. And when this one closes, it'll be placed at the low of that 2-minute candle. And you can see things are definitely moving the right direction now. Here's our target at 455. This is the option price, and we're just waiting for that to make it up there. There's 440. Okay, so that gets it. So now we are down to 1 contract. We have 24.34 in profit, and this is the unrealized profit. We're just looking for Boeing to continue up. And rather than play this in real time, I'll just scoot this ahead. All right, so it got up there pretty nicely. The option has not moved much, and I think in hindsight, I probably would have been better off taking the March 19th, not the March 26th call. So you can see the 2-minute candle trail has moved up again. Now it's starting to move. We're up to 470 there, 470 by 480. Unrealized profit is actually almost twice what the realized profit is. And I believe it's about to be taken out. Yeah, see, it looks like it's wanting to break out again, but there you go. So, it was probably overall close to a $75 trade at one point, but we ended up getting out at 50. So not bad. And hopefully that helps to illustrate a lot of the flexibility of what's in the Trade Unafraid user interface. And there's a lot more to come. We are actively adding features all the time, and we really want to improve the user interface, but there's still a lot of power there. So I hope that was helpful, and please add comments or email us and let us know if you have questions. Thank you. So speaking of enhancements, we just got this in on Friday the 19th. You can see that the chart on the right now for the option, rather than having candles that are kind of meaningless at times with options because they don't trade very frequently, we're just showing the bid and the ask and last. So the bid is this purple, the ask is the yellow, and the white is the last. So that's the most recent price that traded. And then so here's my target price. So you can see I actually picked up. I started recording in the middle of this trade, but this was Tesla at the end of the day breaking out, and so I've already caught $90. And I'll let this one play because it's kind of interesting. I really like this chart. Here you can see that I'm setting up a candle trail, 2-minute candle trail, and again we have orders that are in the domain of the underlying, and then others that are in the domain of the option. Obviously, if you're trading stock, then there's only one. But it's kind of interesting that we can do a 2-minute candle trail on the stock price, and that will get you out of the option trade. Those kinds of things. So here I'm setting a manual limit price at 20. I'm sorry, 21. I don't know if you saw that, but here, I'll just go back to point it out. The 2-minute candle trail jumps as this candle closes. So it just automatically moves up. I did a little editing. I just try and keep these videos short and concise. I don't know if you feel like I'm not doing such a great job of that. But anyway, somewhere along the line, I changed this from a 21 to a 22, and I just want to go back and see if maybe I cut that out of the video. Yeah, see there. Okay. So here you go. So it's 21, and I manually changed it to a 22. I just failed to point that out. Okay. So anyway, it just looked like Tesla was gonna keep going on the, as the market closed. So there's the bid and ask rising. There's my target at 22, and I think I got this one. I got rid of this before it. Yeah, so I'm gonna just cancel that order because you can just see it just wants to keep going. So now I'm placing an order for a limit order at 24, but there was a pretty strong reversal there. I'm trying to figure out what actually took me out. Might have been manual. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, oops. So this was a manual. I clicked flatten because when it turned around hard. Um, I could have had the green to red candle tactic get me out, but I had turned that one off because I was pretty enthused by the way Tesla was moving. So anyway, not a bad way to end the week. $265 on that trade. And that will do it. All right. Thanks, guys.